The push to add neurodiversity to inclusion is potentially divisive because it splits people into two groups. A, those who have a neurodiverse condition, who are called neurodiverse or neurodivergent, and B, those who don't have a neurodiverse condition, who are called neurotypical. The assumption is that the people in the neurotypical group are not very diverse from each other, but very diverse from those with neurodiverse conditions. But this is not true, and I'd like to explain why. People often think of autistic people as very different from themselves, almost as aliens, because connecting with them can be difficult. But did you know that actually there is little, if anything, in the autistic population that is not found in the general population to a certain extent? Other neurodiverse conditions, such as dyslexia, ADHD, Dyspraxia, etc., occur so often with autism that if you build a framework of autism, these are all naturally included. Here at Aspiedent, we have discovered that in building a framework for the cognitive diversity within autism, we have actually described the cognitive diversity of the whole of humanity. Let's consider sensory issues. Many people associate this with autism, but within the general population there are lots of examples of sensory differences, such as people who concentrate better with background noise and those who concentrate better in silence, and indeed may have to go home away from a noisy office in order to concentrate on their work. Then there are those who struggle to hear a conversation when there is background noise, and people who don't like bright lights. In fact, it is impossible to distinguish autism from the general population using sensory differences because sensory differences are so widespread. Let's move on to differences in how people think. We think it perfectly normal that there are those who are very good with words, people who are witty and who can somehow express themselves in words in a way that few others can match. But when people are lacking in this area, they may have strengths in different areas, such as being very good at admin, being very visually creative, or being good at designing and or building things. Some people thrive on rules and procedures, others dismiss them as unnecessary red tape. Everyone simply accepts the wide variety in cognitive diversity in normal or neurotypical people without thinking about it. We simply recognise that we need different skills and aptitudes for different jobs. But if you dig a bit deeper, you may be surprised to find that some people who are labelled neurotypical are actually quite frustrated because they think in a way that is different to the majority and struggle to make themselves heard. An example of this is people who think detail upwards to the bigger picture rather than the bigger picture downwards to the detail. You will find that people from different departments in your organisation struggle to communicate effectively with each other. This is because they naturally think in different ways, and it takes significant effort to learn each other's language. So it looks like the term neurotypical contains a large number of different neurotypes. Therefore, nobody is neurotypical, because there is no typical neurotype. Actually, none of autism, ADHD, dyslexia, or dyspraxia contain a single neurotype either. All are made up of many different neurotypes. Instead of looking at neurotypes, it makes much more sense to look at everyone as an individual. Individuals who have their own set of strengths and weaknesses and who work best in different environments and communicate in different ways. From this perspective, those with neurodiverse conditions are also individuals with their own strengths and weaknesses. If everyone is treated as an individual with their own needs to help them work to the best of their ability, then it will be easier to accommodate those with neurodiverse conditions. If there is a range of accommodations for everyone to choose from, neurodiverse employees need not stick out if they have more or different accommodations.